Okay, sup you chuckle fucks, it's your boy Dark Raku here with What If Issei Had a Older Brother Part 2. Now, I was thinking of doing this what if kind of yesterday, but then I just decided not to because I did finish what's it called season 2 of I think it's season 2 for Tokyo Revengers. I think I'm on season 3 or whatever it's called right now. It's called Tokyo Revengers. Okay, I'm not gonna try to. I'm gonna just try to say, okay, fuck it. I don't know how to say it exactly. Sayo Hakazu Han, whatever it's called. Okay, I'm on that. I'm only on part 3, and goddamn, I have never seen what's it called. Well, mostly when I'm on, I think I am on season 3. Goddamn, Takamichi got his ass kicked again. No surprise there, but whatever. In the manga, he's a little bit much better. He's not a wimp that much. I mean, he still is a wimp, but mostly the one thing that's quite different from the manga and anime is that Takamichi, in the beginning of what they call mostly, yeah, I started kind of reading like yesterday or something. I only read one chapter. Takamichi, where he kind of scratches that car, or where those kids scratches that car, and Takamichi had to run and apologize. Mostly in the manga, he's like instead scratched the car himself and said fuck them. But yeah, but not the point. Let me begin into this what if. I know I'm rambling on now. Let me begin. Let me shut the fuck up. And let me, begin. So, we begin into mostly a brown haired boy going to school on Monday. Because on Saturday and Sunday, he was mostly spending time with his brother. Now, of course, his brother was kind of brutal on him on the training, on fighting. But of course, mostly, he was able to kind of dodge attacks and be able to punch him in the face. But yeah. Of course, his brother was smiling, seeing that his brother is not weak. Instead, he's always strong. He just hide his strength because, well, he's bored half the time and doesn't really care. Of course, he promised his like older brother that he will get more time off school by doing something that might kind of kick him out, or maybe. This is where, his brother told him not to hurry too much because school is needed for his education and not being stupid. This is where, mostly the brown haired boy almost like fall down and almost like mostly he bite his tongue on accident, just like cough a little bit of blood and say, screw you, asshole. But yeah. Now, of course, not the point. The brown haired boy is not going to school. Of course, he's hearing music on his earbuds. The song he's hearing right now is called So the song he's hearing right now is called Run Up it's made by, I Am Jake Hill and Josh A, but yeah. Run Up, yeah, it's the song, okay? But don't worry about it. Just to work, he's right now mumbling, but of course when he gets to school, everyone is making a clearance way for him. Now, of course, he's confused, but then he gets an idea that Matsui might have done something. He went to go check on his text phone and mostly see if he got any texts. Yeah, none. Yeah, Matsui completely forgot to text Issei about what happened in school. But this is where, when Issei takes off one of his earbuds to kind of hear on the rumors, he heard that, mostly, isn't that what's it called, Issei? Isn't he friends with that crazy fucker? What was his name, Matsui? Yeah, I thought he was a pervert. Do you think Issei also is a crazy bastard and not pervert like Matsui? Or just like Matsui, or what? This is where, Issei's like, I understand why he said he's gonna get a vacation now. Damn it, you idiot. You said you promised that we were both going to do that shit. Fuck it. Then again, he might have went to go see his brother in Jubi. Then again, it is in Tokyo, mostly Jubi it's at. Damn it, he must be already with the, what's it called, with the Takamanchi, well, not Takamanchi, Tokyo Manchi gang. Damn it, he's already probably over there already hanging out with Jock and the others. I hate you, Matsui. I'll kill you later. Whatever. So, Issei pretty much just went through the whole day being kind of talked about. Of course, where some people were trying to be brave enough to talk to Issei, but Issei acted like a little bit of a pervert so much to try to push people away, which people kind of went back to the rumors thinking that, yeah, he's a pervert and Matsui was a crazy one. Or Matsui snapped. This is where, Issei managed to kind of repair the kind of little thing that he's going to destroy later, mostly the reputation that he will destroy later, but he will not do it now because, He wants to destroy it later. He wants to make everyone confident that he's only a weakling pervert and other things until he decides to smash their teeth in. Yeah, Issei is brutal, so sometimes he doesn't care. This is where Issei is walking out of the school. Of course, he's going to his house, but before doing that, he went to the market side to kind of go get like a soda or something because he was thirsty as hell from dealing with people's stupidity. But yeah, this is where, well, he sees a kind of like little kid with brownish hair, like kind of. So of course, I should still mention that he's still hearing Run Up. It's not a 1 hour. It just came back to the song, but yeah, on his playlist. But don't worry. But mostly he sees a brown hair kid, mostly a brown hair kid, being kind of short brown hair. But yeah, of course, having these yellow eyes and kind of remind him of someone, but he can't really point his finger. But the kid was kind of getting bullied by some like older kids that seems to be in high school, and this kid seems to be somewhere in middle school, like first year or something. And this is where Issei walks towards the middle schooler, the young middle schooler kid. Sees the 3 older kids, and this is where he kicks one in the stomach so hard that knocking this guy into the ground. This is where, well, we're mostly kicking him in the stomach. This is where, well, the guy is knocked out to the ground, mostly on the ground. This is where when the other 2 gets up and try to fight back at Issei, Issei grabs them both from the head and smashes them together, knocking them out. This is where, well, Issei then looks down at the kid and says, "You okay, brat?" And this is where, well, the kid kind of seems very afraid and say, yeah, thank you." This is what, well, mostly what's it called? The kid was thanking Issei, and of course, where, well, the kid was about to ask Issei's name until, mostly the kid noticed something behind Issei coming. This is where the kid says, "Watch out!" This is where, well, the kid tried to point out from Issei, but when Issei turns around, something smashes, like something like heavy and metallic smashes into his head. This is where smashing Issei to the ground. Now, this is where, well, Issei is not bleeding from the head. This is where, well, and of course some of the blood went down his eye and kind of down his eye, mostly down his cheek. This is where, well, Issei looks up and sees a person holding this like metal pipe and saying, "We got you, son of a..." This is where, well, Issei says, "Fuck off, you bastard." This is where Issei, even though he was down on the ground, kicked this guy in the stomach. This is where the guy was knocked out. This is where, well, another person tried to hit him from behind and say, "Die!" This is where, well, Issei managed to roll back, roll to the left and dodge. This is where he grabs the metal pipe. Right now, takes it out of this guy, holding the metal pipe in his left hand and smashing it into this guy's head. Like, get the fuck out of my way, weakling. This is where, well, Issei is not holding back this time. This is where, this is where multiple people started coming out through multiple alleyways. This is where, well, most of these people, the people that he was fighting, had like regular clothes, like casual clothes, but all these other people had like white kind of like clothing, like a white kind of button-up shirt, like being really professional. That's what they look like. But Issei knows that they're all gangsters. Now he did see one of the symbols on one of the guys on the back, and it has a kind of like angel kind of symbol, like a symbol of like a figure of an angel, but without a head, but having the halo still. This is where, well, he kind of narrowed his eyes trying to remember what the fuck that is. But this is where, well, someone was laughing saying, "Wow, you're pretty skilled, not gonna lie." This is where when Issei looks up, he sees, what's it called, a guy with blackish hair and yellowish hair, but mostly black hair around the side of his head, but of course in the middle he has it pointed up in his yellow hair. This is where, well, he has yellow eyes, and he's right now showing off his like right hand that has a tattoo symbol that shows to be sin, and another one that's right now holding his cigarettes, and of course he's smoking his mouth and it says punishment. This is where, well, Issei says, "Who the fuck are you, bastard?" This is where, well, Issei is still bleeding from his head, and of course the kid is scared and what's happening. But this is where, well, Issei is still having what's it called his hand behind him just to make sure the kid is what's it called safe. This is where, well, the kid is scared, and this is where he's just like nervous and very scared, hiding behind Issei. And this is where, well, Issei says, "Who exactly are you, fucker?" This is where, well, the person says, "Me? Oh, well, oh no, but I guess I'm here to just cause trouble." He's smiling at, what's it called, Issei. Issei kind of looks behind him. Now he sees no, like, well, not none of the bullies, mostly none of the people kind of blocking a way, and he just tells the kid, "Go, kid, hurry up and get out of here. Get towards whatever. Don't call help. don't call the cops. This is where Issei exclusively said, do not call the cops. Just go get help and tell them that they're gonna have to need a couple of ambulances and bring them over here because these motherfuckers are literally gonna be in the hospital for days. This is where the kid sees Issei as a total badass than an actual, what's it called, like a delinquent or a punk or anything. But of course, like a complete badass because, well, even though Issei is truly just, well, what's it called, bleeding from his head and other things, he's hurt really bad because he just got hit by a kind of like metal pipe. And of course, where, well, he should be like down for the count. Issei kind of looking like a goddamn badass with brownish hair covering up some of his blood, well, getting darker thanks to the blood. But yeah, this is where, well, one of his eyes is kind of cracked open a little bit because thanks to the blood is kind of making him unable to see that much. This is where, well, the kid says, but what about, just go, kid. Hurry up and get out of here before I decide to kick you towards your exit, okay? This is where, well, the kid nodded right now, running off. And this is where, well, the guy with yellowish hair says, I'll let go of the kid. I'm just here to cause trouble. Well, I can kick your teeth in. Well, I should kill you first, shouldn't I? And then I kill the kid, so he wouldn't call the cops. But then again, he said not to call the cops. No, I'm guessing you're a delinquent, and you don't want the cops to get involved. But whatever. Kill him, boys. This is where, well, a bunch of people are just rushing towards Issei, and Issei said, I guess I'm gonna have to break bones, break skulls, and break teeth. And especially break fucking voice boxes. This is where, well, two people rushes towards Issei, and Issei punches one in the freaking throat without a care in the world. Like, super hard in the throat, and this person is unable to talk for a second. This is where, well, he is kind of also passing out because he literally did get punched in the throat pretty hard. This is where another person tried to like hit him with a kick, but this is where, well, Issei managed to grab the kick and right now uses his elbow to smash his like elbow down towards the guy's leg. Right now it's just snapping it, right now making it bend. This is where the guy screams in pain, but this is where Issei kicked him, knocking him out. This is where, well, Issei then dodges a punch from someone. This is where he punches this guy in the face without a care in the world. This is where, well, someone pulls out a kind of sword and tries to cut at Issei, which Issei had to use his left hand to block the cut. But of course, this is where, well, he's kind of bleeding now. This is where Issei's saying, you fucking bastards. This is where, well, we go into the kid kind of rushing around trying to look for, well, someone's help. Of course, this is where, well, Issei excluded to not tell what's it called, the cops. But yeah. But of course, he just needs someone else. This is where, well, he sees a guy who is being really big. This guy is like huge. He has like blue hair, is kind of short, has a weird kind of symbol on his head, and of course has like a scar on his lips. This is where, well, he has blue eyes, and he seems pretty damn tall. This is where someone else is next to him, like a girl with orange hair, and of course like yellowish eyes. And this is where, well, she seems shorter than the guy. But this is where, well, the kid kind of asks for both of their helps to kind of go towards the direction where someone's fighting against like these people, like delinquent gangsters or something. This is where, well, he kind of begged for the people. This is where, well, the blue hair guy says, where? This is where, well, the kid tried to explain the best he can. Of course, he needed to keep running just to kind of get to his sister to kind of, well, tell her about what is happening. This is where, well, the girl kind of pulls out some water and says, you should take this at least. You seem tired. Just be okay, kid. Besides, my brother here can definitely kick anyone's ass. This is where, well, the guy says, yeah, I'll be going then. This is where, well, mostly, what's it called? They are kind of walking away, and this is where the kid kind of drinks the water and kind of runs off to kind of look for his sister. But yeah, this is where, well, he kind of finally finds her. Of course, she's right now talking to someone, of course, arguing with some people. But yeah, and mostly it seems like she has like the whole Kendall class or whatever, club or whatever. This is where, well, the little kid rushes up and says, sis, sis, sis. This is where, well, a girl with kind of brownish hair, like longish kind of pony, into two ponytails, brownish hair girl with kind of yellow eyes. This is where, well, she's wearing the Kendall kind of outfit. And this is where, well, she kind of looks down and says, what's it called? This is where, well, she said, Marvin, what are you doing here? This is where, well, Marvin is now the kid's name. This is where Marvin says, sis, I need your help. A guy tried to protect me against some delinquents, and he's right now getting jumped. Please help him. This is where, well, the kid is crying towards his sister. This is where, well, mostly the sis kind of says, what did he look like? He had kind of brownish hair. And of course, he kind of had a little bit longer brown hair, but it was looked like to be into a ponytail in his back. And this is where, well, he also kind of had like these goldenish brown eyes and wear the same uniform that mostly the guys would wear at your school. This is where, well, the girl is right now thinking and saying, huh, what, who? This is where, well, mostly a pinkish haired girl next to her says, Moriyama, that sounds like Issei. This is where, well, mostly, yeah, mostly not Catherine, mostly someone with brown hair, not the pinkish hair girl. Yes, it's Catherine, but mostly a brownish hair girl, kind of with glasses, kind of says that sounds like Issei. This is where, well, you know, one of the pervert duo. This is where, well, Moriyama says that is true, Aika. This is where, well, she looks to the other side and sees other people. Mostly they're not from the Kendall class, but they kind of just are there, kind of talking with some of the Kendall students, but yeah. And some of the others are mostly from the president kind of like council room, which when they hear about Issei's kind of little problem fighting against delinquents but saving a kid, they kind of feel bad and trying to call him a pervert when he's over here actually helping someone. This is where, well, Moriyama says, fine, we will help him. This is where, well, mostly the kid seems happy and says, okay, follow me. This is where, well, Moriyama says, fine, let's go. This is where, well, some people just follow her, and this is where, well, they're rushing towards the location. Now we go back into Issei. Issei's POV. Issei right now has a cut on his, like, well, mostly long sleeve until he just rips it off of him. This is where, well, he then uses the kind of ripped shirt to kind of bandage up the kind of cut. But this is where in his left hand, on his arm, has a symbol of a blue dragon symbol. Mostly a blue dragon tattoo. This is where, well, when, what's it called? The guy who seems to be the leader of this group kind of notices, his eyes widen in an instant. This is where, well, he started laughing in an insane tone. This is where, well, he says, I never expected I would see you. The Zero was a you. The, well, mostly a division captain. The Zero division captain. Someone that can actually rival Mikey himself, the commander of what's it called? The Tokyo Manji gang. I wasn't expecting you to see you here. Dobby the Inferno. This is where, well, Issei narrows his eyes and says, right, I forgot about my tattoo. Well, now that you know who I am, I guess I'll kick your teeth in. This is where, well, mostly the person laughs and says, you think you'll be able to kick me? I would love to see you try. But whatever, you're all alone here, and you don't have your members here to help you fight. Well, it's time for, you know what it's time for, boys. Attack and kill him. And if any of you decide to run, I will kill you myself. This is where all of them start rushing towards Issei, and Issei says, fuck off. This is where Issei kicks two people in the head. Right now, well, mostly smashes a kick into one person, and then that head smashes into another person. This is where, well, knocking them out. This is where some of them wind their eyes, but when someone tried to hit him with the metal pipe, Issei grabbed in an instant, takes it out of their hand, and this is where he smashes it into a person's, like, head. Then uses it as a kind of sword, using his left hand mostly kind of grabbing the pipe. This is where, well, he smashes into people, and even when other people try to use weapons to try to block their, mostly block Issei's kind of pipe, Issei grabbed it with the right hand, well, mostly, yeah, grab it with his right hand, and decide to smash the pipe into someone's face. What a care in the world. He doesn't care about, like, hurting them. He really doesn't give a damn. This is where, well, they're trying to fight back, but this is where all of them are getting their asses kicked, and this is where, well, the guy with blondish hair says, oh god, you're right now more troublesome than I ever expected. Whatever. I will be the one fighting you then. So bring it on! This is where Issei lets go of the metal pipe that was all kind of bending and other stuff, and right now rushes towards what's it called, the guy. This is where the guy seems taller and bigger than Issei, but this is where when, what's it called, or mostly a little bit bigger than him, but this is where Issei sends a punch straight towards what's it called, this man. This man says, screw you bastard! This is where, well, mostly Issei said, right now sending a left punch straight towards this person. This is where, well, the person managed to block it with his, like, hand, and this is where it kind of hurt a little bit. This is where he says, ha, was that all you can, this is where Issei right now, like, knees him in the stomach. This is where the guy goes, duh! This is where Issei says, now I know who you are. You're Hama, aren't you? Now I remember the whole symbols. The mostly the Headless Angels, aren't you? That's the gang, your group. And you're Hama, aren't you? This is where the guy says, I guess you're right. My name is Hama, and I am the temporary leader for this group. But that doesn't matter. I will defeat you, Dobby the Inferno. This is where, well, Issei said, stop calling me that name. I left that name 2 years ago, but that doesn't matter, does it? This is where Issei right now sends a powerful kick into Hama. This is where Hama managed to block it with his arm. This is where, well, Hama says, damn, you really pack such a powerful punch, kicks, and knees attacks. You are truly a monster. You definitely rival that of Mikey. But you aren't as powerful as Mikey. But this is where he gets uppercutted so fast that he could barely even react. This is where, well, mostly Hanma says, wow, you truly are painful and annoying. Your stamina is so much more monstrosity most of the time. That's why I definitely call upon another group. Isn't that right, Black Dragons? This is where, well, the Black Dragon biker gang actually appears. This is where, well, a guy with kind of like blue hair, like long kind of blue hair with kind of white silver highlights around. This is where he has yellow eyes and grinning like a psychopath. I guess I'm going to be fighting against Dobby the Inferno. This is going to be fun. This is where he rushes at, well, Issei. This is where Issei says, so annoying. This is where before the guy even decides to punch at Issei, someone appears right now kicking this guy in the head. This is where pushing him away. This is where, well, the biker gang, what's it called, the Black Dragons, and even what's it called, the Headless Angel gang right now on their eyes. Someone appeared right in front of, well, Issei. A guy with kind of blackish spiky hair, and this is where his eyes are right now kind of covered up by glasses. This is where, well, or mostly a sleeping mask, but this is where he lifted up. His eyes are kind of black, but has like a yellow star in the middle. This is where, well, he turns around and says, yo, hey Dobby, it's been a while. This is where, well, mostly Issei gets up and says, if it isn't you, well, mostly the reason why Issei couldn't react fast enough was because he grabbed his head because he's still in pain. This is where, well, Issei would have got punched in the face if it wasn't for this person. This is where, well, Dobby, or should I say Issei, said, oh, if it isn't you, monkey. This is where, well, the person says, aw, you're so mean half the time. Whatever. This is where, well, the person says, huh, as I am the, well, he then speaks out saying, as my name is Morty Jim, and I am the leader of the Sun Wukong kind of gang. This is where, well, a bunch of people actually appear behind mostly Issei, and Issei said, huh, I guess, well, it's a battle between gangs, isn't it right, Morty? This is where Morty kind of just smiles at Issei, saying, yeah, that is true, Issei. Well, who are you going to be taking on? I'll be taking on Hama. Then I'll be taking on the Black Dragon himself, the leader of it. I heard they were violent as hell, but I guess I'll show them what a true Wukong can do. Black Dragon versus the monkey. Quite interesting. But whatever. This is where, well, Morty Jim says, besides, I still need you to stay alive because I need a rematch. I knew you were going to do something like that. Whatever. This is where, well, Issei gets up, and this is where, well, he kind of knows that his shirt's all bloodied up, kind of like cut and other things, because yes, he did get cuts and other things. This is where, well, mostly, some people were kind of getting to the location, but this is where the blue hair guy actually appears. Right now, punching the older looking blue hair with silver hair in the face, right now pushing him further. This is where, well, he has a kind of like a black kind of, he has like this black kind of uniform. Well, kind of black kind of, what was it called? A button-up shirt, but it's kind of unbuttoned, and of course has like a white shirt underneath and black kind of like, well, black pants, but they're kind of loose as hell. And this is where, well, he kind of has blue hair, short blue hair, like pretty much almost a bald. Of course, has like this like pattern on his like left side of his head. And this is where he has blue eyes. And of course, in his left side of, well, mostly his ear, he does have earrings. This is where, well, he also has a scar on his left side of his mouth. This is where, well, he looks towards mostly seeing Morty, well, mostly the guy from the Sun Wukong gang. And this is where, well, he then sees what's it called, Issei. And sees the dragon kind of pattern, the blue dragon pattern on Issei's kind of like left hand. This is where the person smiles and says, "Oh, hello there, Dobby." This is where, well, Dobby smiles and says, "Oh my god, what are you doing here?" Second, well, mostly division captain, or mostly division vice captain, second in command. What's it called? Or why not second in command? No, mostly he says, "What are you doing here, number 2 division vice captain, Shiba Hake or Heke?" This is where, well, Shiba kind of just saws and says, "Well, I'm just here wandering around until a kid asked me for my help." Huh? I wasn't expecting the kid to actually get someone else who was from the what's it called, Tokyo Manji gang to actually help. So where's your kind of squad or something? Oh, I'm just here by myself with my sister. She's right now on the sideline, but yeah. This is where Issei switches up and says, "Oh, yeah, whatever. I guess I'll be taking on this gang by myself, along with mostly the number 2 division vice captain himself, and also with Morty here." This is where Morty says, "Yeah, we're gonna beat the shit out of them." Morty said with such enthusiastic attitude, but yeah, this is where, well, we'll see both Shiba and Issei smiles. This is where, well, Issei says, "But still, I'm gonna get rid of this fucking, mostly, I should say, clothes of mine. These mostly the, what's it called, coat and the shirt, because it's been pissing me off. I hate fighting my uniform. It's actually such a pain." Whatever. This is where, well, Issei rips off his kind of, well, mostly takes off his, like, coat. That's already ripped off. But, of course, he takes it off, and his other arm side, mostly in his other arm side, there's a red dragon symbol. This is where tattoo. This is where he decides to rip off the red shirt entirely instead of, like, taking it off. He just ripped it off. This is where he drops it to the ground. And in his back, he has this symbol of, mostly, he has the symbol of this, like, tattoo right here that's, like, wings. But there are 2 different types. One is blue and one is red. But yeah, you can see right here. Also, this is how mostly the left side would kind of look like. And this is how the right side would kind of look like. But yeah. But this is where, well, Issei kind of grins and says, "Well, it's time for battle. Let's beat the shit of these weaklings." This is where the Black Dragon leader says, "Bring it on, Dobby!" This is where, well, Hanama also said the same. This is where, well, the Black Dragon, what's it called, biker squad is right now rushing towards what's it called, mostly the Sun Wukong gang members, and also Shiba, Morty, and, well, Issei. Same with the kind of headless angels are rushing straight towards Issei and the others. And this is where Issei says, "Bring it on, you bastard. Hanma, I'm going to break your teeth in." This is where, well, Issei, like, right now takes, well, puts his thumb towards his, like, face, mostly his left hand thumb, and takes it to his face and takes off a little bit of blood that was kind of dripping from his mouth. And right now pushes it away and says, "Bring it on, bastard." He's rushing straight towards Hama now. This is where, well, the others are rushing, but yeah, there's a huge brawl out now. This is where, well, mostly, what's it called, Shiba and Morty are going to be fighting against a Black Dragon kind of, like, leader himself, while what's it called, Hanma is fighting against Issei. This is where, well, a bunch of people from the, what's it called, mostly it's called the Sun Wukong kind of gang is now rushing and saying, "Yeah! Bring it on, you fuckers!" This is where, well, mostly the what's it called, the Black Dragon biker squad, and also what's it called, mostly not fallen angel. The headless angels are kind of saying, "Yeah, screw you, bastard! We're going to kill you." This is where, well, Issei punches one guy that was from the kind of like headless angel side, and this is where he's punching him down to the ground without care in the world. Now I should mention one thing: Issei is not what's it called, skinny. He's not just skinny. He is built. He's built lean. Similar to that of like what's it called, mostly Mikey. He isn't buff or anything. He is built as hell. He's all ripped. He does have 6-packs. And of course, this is where he punches someone to the ground harder than ever, knocking this man to the ground and breaking the ground itself. This is where, well, making an impact. This is where Issei says, "Fuck off, you weakling." Issei then kicks like another 3 people into the fucking ground using the same leg, and mostly his like right leg, but yeah. This is where Issei is not caring too much, and he's easily beating the shit out of what's it called half of the members of what's it called the Headless Angels down to the ground without caring the world. This is where when what's it called Morven and even with his kind of sister and other girls kind of joined towards a fight situation, they mostly got blocked by none other than Shiba's kind of like older sister. Shiba's older sister says, "What are y'all doing here? Especially you being females." But not the point. What are y'all doing here? Also, aren't you the same kid that we just told you to kind of go home and rest or something? This is where Marvin says, well, yeah, Marvin kind of says, where's that guy? This is where, well, mostly they see a guy kind of fly out, and of course it was none other than Hama, and Hama says, ah! He punches hard like hell. This is where he then gets kicked in the face so hard, none other by Issei. Issei says, shut the hell up, you bastard. This is where, well, he smashes into a wall. This is where, well, Hama says, holy shit. I never decide to fight against someone who is right now serious about killing me. This is where Issei right now tried to punch at Hama. Hama managed to dodge and Issei just done to the fucking wall. Right now punching stone itself. This is where, well, Issei is bleeding from his hand, but he doesn't care. This is where, well, Issei doesn't have shirts, so of course he's shirtless. And this is where when half the girls from the Kendo side, even some of them from, what's it called, from the council room and some of them that are just students, kind of just sees this. They almost have entirely blood noses. This is where even Shiba's, what's it called, older sister almost has a blood nose. This is where, well, because, well, Issei's shirtless. Now, of course, he doesn't have eyelashes, as I should also mention. He does have pure kind of turquoise blue eyes. And this is where, well, it's kind of glowing and fighting against what's it called, Hanma. Hanma says, bring it on, Dobby! You won't be able to defeat me. This is where Dobby had to dodge a back roundhouse kick from, what's it called, mostly Hanma. And this is where Hanma says, damn, I missed. This is where he almost gets uppercutted. This is where he managed to dodge backwards. This is where he does a kind of backflip backwards, but yeah, he managed to dodge. This is where, well, Hanma says, damn, you're strong as hell. But this is fun. Bring it on, Dobby. This is where, well, Dobby says, bring it on, you stupid bastard. I'll show you what true hell is. I'll bring you down to the purgatory of blue flame hell. This is where, well, mostly Hanma says, bring it on. This is where Hanma gets punched in the face again because he wasn't paying attention how fast Issei's, like, what's it called, left and right fist can go. This is where, well, he then gets pushed back to the ground and smashed into a wall. This is where Hanma says, ugh, damn, your punches are almost as tough and strong as that of what's it called, Mikey's kick. Well, that's because I didn't went all out. I'm not trying to kill you just yet. I'm going to break your teeth, and then I'm going to make sure that you swallow your teeth down your fucking throat, you damn bastard. This is where, well, what was Hanma saying? You're really trying like that. You're evil as hell. But I guess, I wish I could just bring you towards what's it called, our side, but I know you aren't even a gang member no more. But even though you're not a gang member, the past still will haunt you. This is where, well, all those you love will be hurt because of your past life. This is where, well, Issei says, shut up. This is where Issei right now kicks him in the fucking head. Right now knocking him out for the count. This is where his eyes just roll back and, well, back up his head and knocking him out. Oh, this is where, well, he falls down to the ground. Right now, like, backwards. Mostly his, like, knees, like, gave out, and of course this went down, like if he was going to fall forward, but of course instead his back, like, his backside just leaned backwards, but yeah, instead of forwards, but yeah. This is where, well, he was knocked out for the count. This is where, well, Issei says, pfft. He, like, spits out, like, some blood from his mouth and says, pathetic bastard. Shut the hell up, you annoying little shit. This is where, well, Issei then sees some of the, what's it called, Headless Angel members are about to attack him until they get struck down by some of the Kendo girls, and this is where, well, Issei says, what the hell are you doing here? Issei said with an annoyment tone. This is where some of the Kendo girls says, we're helping, you idiot. First of all, please put on a shirt. Well, how the fuck am I gonna put on a shirt when I don't have one? This is where Issei argued back with some of the Kendo girls. This is where, well, some of them just were like, yeah, that's kind of a stupid question they even ask. This is where Mariyama says, can you please calm down? This is where, well, mostly she's right now in front of some of the kind of Kendo girls. This is where, well, she says, oh, what are you doing here, Mariyama? Wait, that brat. This is where he looks at the brat and then looks at Mariyama, and this is where he says, oh, no wonder he looks familiar. He's your little brother, isn't he? This is where Mariyama says, yeah, he is. Don't thank me. I'm only I only did this because I wanted to pick a fight. That's all I did it for. So yeah, don't apologize. Or don't apologize, don't bother me, and don't actually say thank you. But other than that, I'm going back into the battle. This is where Hanma is getting back up and saying, Dabi! He pulls out a knife and rushes straight towards the cow, mostly Issei. Issei notices, and this is where Mariyama was about to block it with her kind of like Kendo sword, until this is where Issei grabbed her from the back of the collar, mostly grabbing her from, mostly Hanma trying to stab her. And this is where Issei then grabbed the Kendo sword, used it to actually smash the Kendo sword into Hanma's head. Right now, Hanma's head right now twisted to the side in an instant. Right now, you heard some bone crack, and this is where, well, the Kendo sword itself did shatter into mostly Hanma's head. This is where Hanma's eyes were already in the back of his head, but were even further down there. That's where, well, mostly Hanma was still rushing with the same force with the knife speed, and it was about to stab what's it called Issei, which Issei noticed that this was going to be a bad idea, but he lets go of the mostly Mariyama so fast, and this is where, well, before the knife can actually stab upon him and actually hurt him, Issei managed to kind of let go of the Kendo sword and then just grab the knife itself, cutting his fingers a little bit, but mostly just cutting them, mostly the flesh, not the whole bone hand out of it, mostly just cutting it. And this is where Issei is managing to stop the full knife to go into his body. It did pierce him a little bit, and this is where he says annoyed, "Fuck off, you asshole." This is where Issei right now sends such a powerful knee into Hanma, and Hanma right now is knocked out for the count. This is where, well, he's already been knocked out for like the whole past couple of minutes. This is where Issei's saying, "Damn, I'm bleeding again." This is where Mariyama takes off, well, mostly doesn't take off her like Kendo, like mostly uniform. She ripped off a part of what's it called, her long sleeve, and just wrap it upon Issei's fingers. This is where Issei says, "What are you doing? Still gonna use this hand to fight some assholes? What are you?" This is where Mariyama says, "Shut up for a second." This is where, well, Issei says, "Okay, fine." This is where, well, some of the girls are just surprised to see how Issei react fast enough to actually stop, well, mostly the whole knife piercing, and actually would have hit Mariyama if Mariyama didn't, well, get her collar get grabbed by Issei. And Issei did grab the sword and then kind of just shattered the shit to what's it called, Hanma's head. This is where, well, Issei says, "Well, thank you, I guess." This is where, well, he's looking at his hand, and of course it's not bleeding that much, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei says, "Well, I should be going then." This is where, well, Mariyama says, "You're not going back into that huge brawl battle, are you?" Issei said, "Oh, of course I am. What do you think I'm gonna be doing? Letting everyone else have fun without me? Of course I'm gonna be fighting them. Now, if you don't mind me, I'm going back." This is where, well, Issei is kind of walking in, but before anything else happens, this is where he hears like motorcycles kind of coming through this alleyway, or mostly this kind of marketing side. And this is where, well, some of the biker gang Black Dragon members are kind of hearing this, and this is where, well, even what's called the Headless Angels, and this is where they're confused. But when they turn around to see the motorcycles stop rumbling, what they see is a guy with blonde hair, with kind of longish, kind of look like threads or another thing, or thread, whatever. Of course, having dark blue eyes that seem motionless, and of course having no shirt. Of course, wearing black pants that are for Toma, and of course a black kind of coat that shows that he might be the leader of Toma, because he is. It's none other than Mikey. And this is where, well, behind him is actually a couple members of what's it called, mostly the Tokyo Manji gang. This is where, when what's it called, the Headless Angels realize what the hell is this? What is happening? They wind their eyes because it's now, they were getting kind of, well, they were outnumbering the what's it called gang of called Sun Wukong, but now they were kind of getting overpowered by the Sun Wukong because mostly two of their leaders were knocked the fuck out. Well, almost knocked the fuck out. Mostly the Black Dragon gang leader was still very much kicking and right now fighting against the Shiba and also Morty. But yeah, Morty and Shiba were still pretty hard as hell. But this is where when Mikey appears, he kind of walked past any members that were actually about to attack him. Some of the Sun Wukong members right now fought against some of the Headless Angels that were trying to get in Mikey's way, and even some of the Black Dragons. But this is where when Mikey walked towards Shiba's older brother, like oldest brother, but yeah, This is where the guy said, huh? Oh, you must be Mike. This is where he literally gets his head right now kicked in and right now to the ground in an instant. Shut up. You hurt two of my members. I shall murder you in an instant. This is where Mikey said with such a cold voice. This is where, well, she will say, Mikey. This is where, well, Issei is walking through the crowd, mostly pushing some people out of the way. This is where, well, mostly Mikey looks up and smiles and says, Hey, Dobby. It's been a while. Dobby says, don't hey Dobby me this. I was about to beat the shit out of that guy. You got in my way. But it's good to seeing you again, Mikey. This is where Mikey just grins at him. This is where, well, some of Tomo's members just get out of their bikes and gets ready to fight against some of the Headless Angels and also what's called the Black Dragon, well, members. The people that were left. This is where, well, they wound their eyes. And of course, they were about to start leaving until a guy with blonde hair says, Mikey! He had a knife and tried to stab at Mikey until Issei right now slams, well, mostly an axe kick down towards this guy because he had both of his arms right now forward. And of course, just shattered them going kind of bending, well, different side, which they aren't supposed to bend, but literally bend that way. And this is where, well, the guy said, This is where he dropped the knife in an instant. And this is where Issei says, Stay your ass out of the way when I'm talking to my leader. This is where Issei kicks this guy in the head and left kick him in the head right now, pushing him straight into a wall. This is where, well, Morty kind of grins and says, Damn, of course they're always this strong. There are always monsters like this. This is where, well, mostly what's it called? Issei looks at what's it called, Mikey, and says, I guess I saved you one more time, didn't I? This is where Mikey just smiles and says, I guess you did. This is where, well, mostly everyone is just kind of happy seeing some of the members of Black Dragon and also what's it called, the Headless Fallen Angels just running like hell because they are not trying to get in the way of monsters like this. But yeah, she would kind of like sits down and says, damn, that was tiring as hell. Thanks, Mikey. This is where Mikey nodded. Now, of course, this is where, well, mostly Morty says, I would have got that bastard if it wasn't for the fact that he's taller and stronger. How the fuck did he not go down after me kicking him in the head multiple times? This is where, well, the Ubby who sat down, or mostly kind of just like laid near, well, not laid, mostly kind of leaned on a wall, kind of still holding onto his hand, it's bleeding, and of course his arm that's also bleeding from the upper, kind of like, near the elbow, but kind of upper. But yeah, this is where, well, he's kind of saying, still, you managed to beat the shit of those people. This is where Hanma Ori is still down on the ground, going, Yeah, he's twitching, but yeah, he's just knocked the hell out. Mikey says, oh, you definitely beat the shit of Hanma. Wasn't expecting that. This is where Issei says, you doubted me? Damn, I hate you sometimes. This is where Mikey says, I didn't doubt you. I just wasn't expecting you to win. That's doubting, Mikey. Fucking learn. Sometimes. This is where, well, he then kind of tells Mikey to sometimes fucking learn. And Mikey says, no, I'm not learning. I don't like school. And I don't like school neither. This is where Issei said. This is where, well, Mikey says, let's agree to disagree that we both just hate school, don't we? This is where, well, Issei nods and says, deal. This is where they both handshake, and this is where everyone just chuckles. This is where, well, mostly, well, someone rushes past, and of course, Shiba's kind of like sister, but instead of like hugging Shiba to see if he's okay, she ran up to Issei and said, are you okay? What's it called? Dabi-kun? This is where, well, Issei said, yeah, I'm fine. Aren't you supposed to be checking on your little brother? This is where, well, mostly she says, well, yeah, but he'd be fine. This is where, well, Issei swatched out, so this is where Shiba says, I'm not fine though, what the hell? This is where, well, she's mostly Shiba's kind of brother, or not brother, sister kind of says, screw that. Shouldn't your division captain, who is named, I forgot his name, but mostly she said, shouldn't he be able to be the one to see if you're fine? You don't have a picture of me in your phone to show that that you are, well, mostly like my older brother, or not older brother, mostly brother, sister, like relation. But yeah, mostly like original canon. This is where, well, she's kind of talking about this where, well, and she will say, for the last time. I haven't because I respect him a lot. This is where, well, he sees short jumps and just laughs, and yeah. This is where, well, Shiba's sister kind of, yeah. She kind of goes up to Issei and says, don't you have a wallpaper of me? You know, because we're kind of friends like that. This is where, well, Issei short jumps and says, I think you should talk to Shiba about that. This is where, well, Shiba says, why the hell should she talk to me? Because I'm kind of hurt and I'm going to the hospital, but yeah. But other than that, I should probably be going. This is where, well, Mikey says, oh, Issei, when are you gonna go bring back your dyed hair? Not dyed hair, when are you gonna bring back your original hair color instead of your dyed brownish hair color? Oh, yeah, right, I forget I have to go bleach that later. Or mostly just bring it back by using dye remove hair color. Sure, I'll do that later after I get stitches for my kind of hand and other stuff. But yeah, this is where, well, mostly some people scream out, what? This is where, well, they look at Issei, well, mostly a girl with kind of having black boots, kind of a red skirt, kind of pretty short, but yeah, having a black kind of button-up shirt that kind of shows a little bit about her bust. She has kind of like this kind of blondish, rose kind of palish hair, and of course, she has totally blue eyes, and right now has both of her, well, she has two ponytails, but yeah. She kind of goes up to Issei and says, that's your fake hair color? This is where, well, Issei swore chops and says, yeah. Who are you again? This is where, well, the girl just blushes in an instant and says, my name is, Junko. This is where, well, Issei says, oh, Junko. Huh. Pretty name. This is where, well, Junko's face becomes all red in an instant. This is where Shiba's mostly sister says, huh? She is not. This is where, well, Shiba says, calm down, sis. You know, that's just how he is, okay? Don't go psychopath. This is where, well, Shiba's sister is right now going insane, and this is where, well, Junko is saying, she like cough into her kind of like hand and says, still, what is your original hair color? This is where Issei switch up and says, oh, right. I guess no one in what's it called Kuo does know about my original hair color, except for Matsui, but I'll show you later. This is where, well, she goes, can you not just tell me now? This is where, well, he says, nope, it's a surprise. I mean, everyone here that knows me from 2 years ago already know about my original hair color. Well, I mean, it did kind of change a little bit different, but other than that, it's still the same color like last time, Mikey. This is where, well, Mikey smiles and says, good to know. Well, I'll be going back to Tokyo. I was just here going around, what's it called, Kuo, to kind of see if you wanted to go to Tokyo. This is where, well, Issa says, that's actually a good idea. Going to Tokyo, even if it's 2 weeks. I should probably just ditch school now that I think about it. This is where all the girls go, what? This is where, well, that are from mostly Kuo. And this is where, well, Issa says, ditch it or get suspended. I mean, Matsui did the same, didn't he? This is where he asked Mikey, and Mikey said, I don't really know. You should ask Draken or even, what's it called, the others who were with Mikey. But, not Mikey, mostly Matsui. So, I don't really know if he got suspended or not. He probably did. I might just have to punch someone so hard in the face just to get suspended. Fuck it. Or Mikey, this is where Mikey says, huh? You want to just go to my school and just run around like crazy people, and if anyone like tries to block our way, we just like kind of kick their ass, and then I get suspended. Well, I mean, you won't get in trouble because you can always run out. So Mikey says, that would sound really fun. Let's do it. This is where Issei says, yeah. This is where the girl says, no. Mostly they're from Koa, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei is kind of saying, well, I should be getting to the hospital, but yeah. We'll see you guys. This is where, well, Issei kind of runs off, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei also goes to the kid, mostly Moriyama's kind of like little brother, and just pats him in the head saying, are you okay? You aren't hurt, aren't you? This is where the kid kind of shakes his head saying, no. This is where, well, Issei just smiles at him and says, good to know. This is where, well, Issei says, bye, see you, kid. This is where, well, Issei kind of runs off, but yeah. This is where, well, We'll see the kid nod and say, yeah, hi. This is where, well, he smiles with a big goofy grin, but yeah. This is where we go into mostly Issei get into the hospital, kind of just get into stitches and everything. But when he gets home, uh, he's not wearing a shirt most of the time. So yeah, I should have mentioned that. Well, kind of. He wasn't wearing a shirt, but he managed to just knock some random delinquent and take his like black coat and just go to the hospital like that. This is where, well, Issei did get a stitch up, mostly the cuts in his like hand and even the cuts in his like, well, mostly arm, left arm. And this is where, well, the doctor says that mostly to come back later to kind of remove the stitches and other things after they heal. But yeah, this is where Issei says, yeah, I should be going then. This is where, well, Issei gets towards what they call his house. Of course, where, well, he gets to his house, and when he knocks in, he sees his mom, his dad, his brother sitting on what's it called, mostly the, well, not living room? Well, yeah, living room, and kind of watching TV. Now, of course, where, well, Issei's mother gets up and says, where have you been, young man? Because as you mentioned, it already turned dark after a while because it was kind of the afternoon where Issei kind of started his fight. But yeah, Issei switched up to say, how should I say, this is where, well, Grimjow managed to kind of butt into this conversation and says he was with his girlfriend. Isn't that right, Issei? This is where Issei narrows his eyes at his brother and say, no, that's not the case. I was with, was it called, some friends. I was with some friends. I don't know where it was called, older Nissan, well, Oni-san. Managed to get that idea. This is where, well, Grimjow smiles and says, oh, come on, Issei, you don't need to lie. You realize you don't have your eyelenses. This is where Issei says, oh, fuck, I forgot about that. You don't have a shirt. Fuck, I forgot about that also. You're bandaged up. Actually, why are you bandaged up? Issei says, I might have got into a fight with some delinquents. This is where, well, Issei's mother narrows her eyes and says, not again, Issei. I thought you were finally over with that freaking past life of yours. Issei says, I'm never over, Mom. I just gotta be in top tier shape and not get hurt this time. Next time. Yeah, you get the point. This is where, well, his mother just says, fine. I already cooked some food up. It's cold in the kitchen. Just heat it up in the microwave. That's where Issei says, yeah, Mom, don't worry about it. That's where, well, Issei kind of went to kind of cook up some of the food. But when he gets to the living room, he kind of asks his, what's it called, mom and dad, that if he gets suspended at school, would he be able to go to Tokyo? This is where, well, they both sighed in an instant. Now, Grimjow says, no, you don't. This is where, well, everyone in the family just widened their eyes, thinking that Grimjow will actually agree to this, but he doesn't agree to this. This is where, well, he says, wait, why? Why are you going to disagree? I'm doing this because I want to go to Tokyo with you. This is where, well, Grimjow says, education is good. Just wait until the kind of break or mostly, some kind of random break, a holiday comes, and then we can go to Tokyo. This is where Issei says, no fair. Besides, you realize that's almost close to Valentine's Day. And your girlfriend will be extremely sad, or girlfriends will be extremely sad if you don't get them anything. This is where, well, Issei's face was extremely red and said, what are you talking about? I don't have anyone. I am a kind of, how should I say, my reputation at school is not that great. So, I don't have anyone. This is where, well, Grimjow smiles and says, well, if you don't have anyone, then I guess your older brother here is going to be the one to help you get people. Well, mostly girls, into your new harem. Or mostly, yeah. This is where, well, Grimjow is smiling with such an evilish grin, and this is where Issei right now pales in an instant, saying, wait, Grimjow, no. I think it's a good idea if you don't go to my school. I think you should just go to college or something. Blah, 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 blah. This is where, well, Grimjow says, no. It'll be fine. Let's just go tomorrow. Don't worry. Wait, you're not even enrolled in the school. How are you gonna? Shut up. There's a way. There's always a way. Now shut up. This is where, well, he says, fine, I'll go to my room. This is where, well, he's just already too tired to deal with his brother's kind of antics and bullshitness. Of course, this is where, well, when Issei went upstairs, this is where, well, mostly his father and mother kind of smiles and says, good to know that you're always trying to protect your brother. And always trying to get him to have, what's it called, grandchildren. Since you don't want to have him. This is where, well, Grimshaw says, well, since being in a coma for 4 years, it made me thought a lot. Maybe I should have children of my own, but make Issei have more children than me. You said you always wanted grandkids, and you never said specifically from which who. This is where, well, they smile at mostly Grimshaw and says that is true. Now this is where, well, Grimshaw says, Mom, do you still have the dye removing hair color? This is where, well, mostly his mother smiles and says, of course I have that. Good, because I'm going to use it tomorrow if Issei's hair doesn't go back to white tonight or any of that. This is where, well, they smiles and says, good to know. This is where when we go into the next day, Issei is wearing the school uniform, even though his first pair, well, mostly of yesterday, kind of got ripped during a battle. This is where he's going to school, of course, having brown hair and brown eyelashes. But yeah, he's already too tired and too annoyed and paranoid with his kind of brother bullshit antics. But yeah. But this is where, well, his brother is nowhere in sight. He thinks that his brother was just bullshitting, capping, and other things. He doesn't see Mikey until later on. He got a mysterious text saying that Mikey just went back to, or Mikey himself kind of went back to Tokyo. But yeah. And tell Issei that he was on his own. This is where Issei says, screw you, Mikey. Screw you. Whatever. Ah, damn it. What am I going to be doing now? This is where, well, Issei is looking around, but of course, this is where he's already too tired and annoyed. But this is where, well, Issei is kind of walking around. Now, Valentine's is going to be kind of tomorrow for mostly Issei, but yeah. Or... yeah, kind of Valentine's. It's like a Valentine's event, somewhat, but yeah. Because last year they kind of skipped it because of an event, but yeah. And they just wanted to kind of come back into it, but yeah. Even though it's in the middle of September, but yeah. It's like an event, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei is watching and saying, I hate him. I hope he doesn't get in here and somehow fucks my fucking reputation of being the worst person in the school. Because I want to get suspended so bad. Why my family like this? This is where, well, Issei is crying with kind of fake or anime tears. Just because, yeah. Issei then looks up and kind of just sees what's it called. Some people walking towards him. Mostly it seems to be third years that are about to fighting because, yeah. This is where when they get close to Issei, they say, hey, you're Issei, right? You're that second year. This is to say, yeah, and who are you? This is where, well, they said, we're the guys who are gonna kick your ass for about doing something perverted to our girlfriends. Issei smiles and says, this is where he got the brightest idea, and this is where he says, that's it! You know what? Yes, I was the one to do it. This is where the guy tries to punch at Issei. Issei grabs his arm, twists it so hard right now, snapping in an instant. The guy screams in an instant. Before he grabs, he gets his mouth right now grabbed by Issei and smashes to the ground with a care in the world. Issei is right now grinning with such a mad grin, saying, where do you two think you're going? This is where they wind their eyes. The rumors with Issei being just a normal pervert was a fucking falsy lie. This is where Issei is saying, don't run from me. You know you want to get your ass kicked. And if you get your ass kicked, you should definitely tell the president about getting your ass kicked. Because I need to get suspended. Key. This is where, well, Issei has this maniacal grin. This is where, oh, the other two try to run away, but this is where Issei says, oh, no, you don't. This is where Issei kicks one in the side of the stomach, smashing him into a tree. And this is where he then grabs the other guy and punches him straight in the face multiple times until his face gets bloody enough. This is where Issei drops him to the ground and says, pathetic bastard. This is where, well, he then walks out from that site, and this is where his hand is bleeding, but of course he just wipes it off. Maybe he would have a little bit of fun with this whole day, but yeah. This is where, well, he decides to kind of act like a pervert, then fight people. That's the greatest plan. He's right now having this evilish grin on his face, but no one can see it right now because it's inside his mindscape, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into Issei's kind of day. Mostly it's the morning, and of course the first thing he does is literally kind of, well, pick some fights with some people, or mostly some people try to pick fights with him. Because they either thought of the whole rumor of him being, what's it called, stronger than Monsterwear was a false lie, because there are some rumors about some people just wanted to see Issei get beaten up. So yeah, so a bunch of people just think Issei is gonna get his ass kicked. throughout the hallways, people are trying to pick fights with Issei. Issei literally smashed some guy head into the fucking locker without a damn care in the world. Issei smiles with such an evilish grin and say, "Pathetic bastard." This is where, well, when other people try to fight him because there are more rumors about him fighting back, people are just getting their ass kicked on a daily basis. Well, mostly not on a daily basis. Mostly just getting their ass kicked throughout the day. Issei is beating the shit out of the entire mostly third classes, like, guy squad. The girls don't actually mess with Issei because, well, they are actually scared of Issei because he beat the shit out of some tall ass guys. This is where, well, some big guys, some tall guys, and they were just knocked out in an instant. One guy was super big that Issei had mostly his leg would have reached towards this guy's like waist, or his fist would also reach to this guy's like chest, but not to his face. This is where Issei jumped up in the air and fucking kicked this guy in the side of the head, knocking his ass just out. This is where, well, Issei says, "Pathetic bitch, don't get in my way." This is where, well, all the guys in the third year were like, "Oh hell no!" They were like, "Oh hell no, they're not fighting against Issei again." But this is where, well, Issei has just been walking around, what's it called, lunchtime, because, well, he's been just beating the shit of multiple guys. This is where, well, he was about to turn around the corner until he hears multiple kind of like girls, and when he turns around the corner, just like look over it, kind of just have one eye open just to see what they have. Well, not one eye open, just sneak over the corner. This is where, well, just take a glance. He sees all the girls from yesterday and some other girls that he kind of remembers, kind of just trying to act pervert around them so they can get away. But yeah, mostly go away, shoot, because yeah, that's mostly, he kind of used that perverted side of his just to push people away. He doesn't like people that much. But when he turns around, he sees a group of a bunch of like gangsters ready to fight him, like some of the gangsters that fought against Masui. This is where, well, they say, "Huh? You're that guy named Issei. We heard you were fighting. I guess maybe the rumors are a lie because you're nothing." This is where, well, Issei scoffs and says, "Oh really? I'm nothing." This is where someone appears behind, well, mostly Issei, grabbing him from the, like, mostly neck. And this is where, well, the gangsters were surprised. Mostly the guy with blue hair and blue eyes. Of course, wearing what's called, mostly, not the school uniform, but wearing this kind of uniform. And this is where, well, or mostly this white kind of uniform with a white kind of like, yeah, well, not white, it's black and a white shirt, and yeah, you get the whole thing, black pants and other things. It's not even the same uniform for fucking cool. It's just a different uniform. This is where, well, when Issei noticed who it was, and this is where he said, "Brother, what are you doing here?" This is where, well, or mostly Oni-san. This is where, well, Grimjaw smiles and says, "Don't worry, Issei, I'm going to help you." This is where, well, right now Issei says, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" This is where, well, Grimjaw says, "You know what this is, right? That's, no, don't you dare." This is where, well, the thing is a bottle that says dye remove, like removing dye hair and other things. And this is where, well, he says, "No, Grimjaw, no." This is where, well, Grimjaw should remove the, what's it called, eyelashes from Issei's eye pretty fast. And this is where he then just dropped a whole bottle of, like, this liquid upon Issei's hair. He says, "No!" This is where he screams out very loud and managed to push Grim out off of him. Grimjaw says, "Well, good luck with the whole fight. You guys can go get him, right? Bye." This is where Grimjaw disappears. This is where, well, Issei's hair is now, right now, turning back to normal of its original hair color. White. It's white with a bunch of highlights of blue around it. So it kind of looks like this. Since I kind of edit this, mostly I edit the blue around it. But yeah, kind of looks like this. Well, the burns, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei's turquoise eyes are just, well, turquoise eye color, and his white hair is kind of covering up his eyes, but it's just menacing turquoise color is just glaring at the people in front of him. This is where, well, the gangster said, "What the hell are you?" He says, "Shut up, you bastards. I don't care about your stupid logics. You're all just pathetic weaklings that got in my way. You bastards are going to get knocked out and stay 6 feet under the whole fucking school building, because I don't want you to tell anyone about what you saw." This is where, well, before even the guys can even do anything, they all scream like little bitches and were getting their ass kicked. This is where, well, Issei had blood on his hands because he beat the shit out of them very thoroughly. This is where, when he kind of turns towards the corner, he sees multiple girls just looking at him, glancing at him, and just saying, Issei? well, one of them kind of asked. It's a girl with kind of whitish hair and bluish eyes, and this is where, well, her name is Momo, and this is where, well, he says it, son of a. This is where, well, mostly someone else with kind of palish, kind of rose blonde hair, kind of name was Junko, and she said, is that really your true hair color? This actually looks really nice, but that's not the point. You are, how did it get back to, he said, I'm going to kill him one day. I'm going to literally kill him. I'm going to kill my brother. This is where, well, mostly someone appear kind of behind, mostly the girls, mostly the whole group, girl group, but there's a bunch of girls. This is where, well, there wasn't that many, but there was like at least almost 12 or maybe 15. This is where, well, they hear this guy's voice saying, yo. This is where they turn around in an instant and see, well, Grimjaw. Grimjaw says, so, how many girls here, just raise up your hand, likes my brother's new look, or mostly likes my brother's old look most of the time, and not his look, new look that had brown hair, brown eyes. His true hair color is white and does have blue highlights, with his original hair, well, eye color being turquoise. So who here likes it? This is where some of the girls raise up their hands. This is where, well, Grimjaw smiles and says, good, then you should be a part of what's it called, mostly my brother's harem. This is where all of their faces becomes just red. Most of the girls that raised up their hands, and some of the girls got embarrassed who didn't raise up their hands. This is where, well, Issei goes, you mother, I knew this was your fucking plan. This is where Issei rushes past the girls and tried to punch at Grimjaw. Grimjaw managed to just block the punch, and this is where, well, Issei says, shit. This is where Grimjaw says, oh no you don't, little brother. Just stay down for a second. This is where Issei smashed to the ground. This is where, oh, Issei says, damn it, you asshole. This is where, well, some of the girls got very protective, well, Issei getting hurt, and say, Issei, are you okay? This is where Issei say, I'm fine, just get off. This is where, well, mostly Grimjaw noticed that 6 girls out of kind of the 15 girls kind of helped Issei. That was, well, interesting. This is where, well, Grimjaw kind of smiles and says, so 6 of you, well, interesting. 6 of you decide to help him. That's quite interesting. Well, Issei, now I found your kind of 6 girls of your part of your harem. I don't know how many you're gonna get. I don't know how many I might have to plan. This is where Issei glares at Grimjaw. And Grimjaw just smiles and says, but don't worry, you have 6 now and you're what's they call harem thing. That means you can definitely bring a lot of grandchildren towards mom and dad. This is where Issei is still glaring a very murderous glare at his brother. While his brother just starts walking away and saying, bye, I'll be going now. This is where, Issei says, fuck you, bastard. This is where, well, he coughed up a little bit of blood and passes out. Because he did get smashed to the ground pretty hard by Grimjaw. This is where, well, he was going to bring towards the nurse office, but yeah. But for right now, I'm going to leave it off here for kind of part 2 of what if Issei had a older brother. So yeah, part 2, and other than that, bye, see you, and yeah, bye.